The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Prince William has teamed up with Ginger Spice. William and Jerry Halliwell Horner announced Homewards, a new initiative to combat homelessness. People reports Wills and Ginger dropped by Maindy Primary School, where they were shown the role that local schools can play in supporting children and families by intervening at the earliest point to prevent homelessness. Mo Karif praised William for continuing what his mother started, telling people, "No one else in his position is doing this or thinking about this. I watched on the news at breakfast and they were talking about it. Even his history when he was visiting a homeless place. In that moment, I remember it. It was in Libya. I didn't dream of coming over to the UK and then meeting him. I never think of that. It is amazing, him doing this today. He was very open and he's not looking like royalty from a castle. He was like a normal person. Not everybody in his position can do this. I didn't expect to see the prince today. The landlady said the prince was going to come over. He was asking me about the property and I said everyone's happy to get this chance." The homes were built in just 22 days because they were pre-made by a company to the requirements. Wills told the local executives, "Well done, you guys. We'll try to echo more of these around the country. You've done a great job." William's visit refracted an anecdote about Prince Philip. One time, Prince Philip encouraged the politicians to finance the building he was visiting in Belfast by asking them a very direct question. "Why don't you just give them the bleeping money?" The story is from 2009 when the Queen and Prince Philip visited the Old East Belfast Mission Hall. In 2008, they were showing plans for the Skianos Centre, and when the monarch asked why it had not been built yet, one of his predecessors explained it was because of the lack of money. In his minister's retelling, Philip turned around to the assembled politicians and civil servants behind him. He just immediately asked them, "Why don't you just give them the money?" There was an expletive in there, but I'm not going to say that, and 3 weeks later the money turned up. William replied, "That sounds like my grandfather. The Reverend has been telling me stories about my grandfather." Fun anecdotes aside, we also saw the more stately side of William, who said at the first launch event in Lambeth, the heir to the throne said, "In a modern and progressive society, everyone should have a safe and secure home, be treated with dignity and given the support they need. Through Homewards, I want to make this a reality and over the next 5 years give people across the UK hope that homelessness can be prevented when we collaborate." William wasn't the only royal out and about. King Charles and Queen Camilla surprised some spa guests in their bathrobes in a surreal meeting at the monarch's Poundbury eco-village. The royals shook hands with them outside the Monarch Spa. Faye Harris said, "It was very surreal. I did not expect to meet them this morning. We were aware the King and Queen were coming this morning when we first turned up and did not expect to see them. The manager came up and said they were likely to be here around midday and would we like to pop our heads out of the window, not shake his hand in our bathrobes. It was fantastic to meet them, very nice people." Charles even gave us a dose of royal humour. To commemorate the visit, Poundbury Development Director Andrew Hamilton pulled back a curtain to unveil bronze reliefs of their majesties. The Mirror tells us that he revealed these sculptures in a gust of wind. The king quipped, "It very nearly unveiled itself." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Hey, I want to introduce you to a new sponsor, and you know we love our sponsors here at Palace Intrigue. Let me tell you about AG1, a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports your whole body health. And stay with me on how you can get a really sweet deal just for Palace listeners. I gave AG1 a try because it's one easy-to-mix drink I have every morning, and it's packed with 75 vitamins, probiotics, and whole food-sourced nutrients. I was tired of taking all the pills and supplements, and with AG1, it's all there in one easy drink. Makes me feel like I have more energy, better gut health. It's even healthier for skin and hair, and it tastes great. Plus, AG1 is delivered every month, so it's easy to make it a daily habit. With their travel packs, you never miss a day. Just mix it with ice-cold water and you're set. It's that simple. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. It's a pretty sweet deal. Just go to drinkag1.com/palace. That's drinkag1.com/palace. With AG1, taking good care of my health is that simple. Check it out, drinkag1.com/palace.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Corinne.
We host the podcast Pop Fiction Women,
where we deep dive into the best books, TV, and movies,
as well as the women creating them.
So who are we?
Corinne is a lawyer who worked on Wall Street. She loves psychological thrillers that keep her guessing and has a soft spot for messy women trying to break cycles of addiction and self-sabotage.
And Kate is a litigator who worked at some of the top international law firms. She loves romantic comedies that keep her swooning and has a soft spot for the ice queens who learn to let their heart lead over their heads.
We cover a range of content like When Harry Met Sally, Fleabag, Yellow Jackets, Normal People, and Tell Me Lies.
And we also interview your favorite authors like Emily Giffin, Tia Williams, and Rebecca Searle.
Where we always ask the most important question of all, what's your sign?
Subscribe or follow Pop Fiction Women wherever you get podcasts.
A review from listener, All the Good Nicknames Are Taken. Deeply respectful of the late Queen and other working royals doing good things, but not afraid to bring the snark when calling out the less stellar behaviour of the British aristocracy, makes this my favourite podcast about British royalty. Another key advantage is that the show combs through the British press reports and reads the best snippets during the show. Short, to the point, and free of endless fawning that characterises most of the podcasts about the royal family. The dignified, respectful coverage of the Queen's death with multiple daily updates was both appropriate and informative. 5 stars. Thank you. All the good nicknames are taken. The Wall Street Journal's deconstruction of Harry and Meghan included some more insight into the Never Was Harry podcast. The journal says Harry explored a podcast on veterans but couldn't find a compelling way to tackle the subject in podcast form. He tossed around subjects such as misinformation and his point of view as someone new to living in America, and at one point considered co-hosting a show with comedian Hassan Minhaj. Sarah Ferguson announces she was diagnosed with breast cancer. A representative for the Duchess of York, 63, tells People, Sarah, Duchess of York, was recently diagnosed with an early form of breast cancer detected at a routine mammogram screening. She was advised she needed to undergo surgery, which has taken place successfully. The Duchess is receiving the best medical care, and her doctors have told her that the prognosis is good. She is now recuperating with her family, the rep continues. The Duchess wants to express her immense gratitude to all the medical staff who have supported her in recent days. She is also hugely thankful to the staff involved in the mammogram which identified her illness, which was otherwise symptom-free, and believes her experience underlies the importance of regular screening. Sarah is apparently more serious about her podcast career than some Californians. The spokesman tells People that the Duchess recorded a podcast episode the day before she went in for surgery, which was released early Monday morning. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Google, iTunes, YouTube, or your app of choice. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.